Imagine this, buried deep in the misty Bavarian countryside centuries ago. A lush harvest of fresh cabbages, apples, and beets hanging on the brink of decay in that relentless German humidity, with zero fridges to the rescue. But those crafty ancestors? They unlocked powerhouse secrets like fermentation for sauerkraut, vinegar pickling for Gurken, sun-drying for Hutzelbrot, and root cellaring to stash potatoes, no-refrigeration German fruit and vegetable preservation techniques that turn spoilage into survival gold. Now, in 2026, these low-energy, zero-waste methods are skyrocketing amid climate disruptions, regenerative farming surges, gut health ferments, and off-grid homesteading trends, offering sustainable hacks for urban kitchens and eco-warriors alike. Buckle up, because we're unraveling this epic tale bit by bit, from foggy medieval gardens to your modern pantry, and trust me, by the end, you'll be itching to jar your own bounty. Let's crank the time machine back, shall we? Envision that crisp, foggy dawn breaking over a quaint 1200s village in the heart of the Black Forest. The air hangs thick, almost sticky. Not like those balmy Italian hills where you could sling tomatoes over a line and call it preserved. Nope, Germany's got that sneaky humidity creeping in, whispering invitations to mold, bacteria, the whole rotten gang ready to turn your hard-earned harvest into mush before you can blink. Families huddle around hearth fires, staring at barren fields locked in winter's icy grip, hunting grounds silent, stomachs growling. Famine's shadow looms large, a constant uninvited guest. But these resilient souls? They roll up their sleeves, drawing on whispers from elders, experiments in dimly lit cottages, piecing together an arsenal against decay. It's not instant magic. It's a slow-burn saga of trial, error, and triumph. And it all sparks with something so simple, yet revolutionary: nature's own defender, waiting to be wielded. Salt steps into the spotlight first, the quiet powerhouse that kicked off the preservation revolution. Picture it. In those ancient times, salt wasn't just seasoning. It was currency, sparking bloody skirmishes over mines, fueling empires with taxes that could topple kings. Why the hype? Because it yanks moisture straight out of fruits and veggies like a relentless vacuum, leaving behind a dry wasteland where spoilage dares not tread. Osmosis, science geeks label it today, but back then, it was pure instinct. Rub in a solid 1.5 to 2% by weight, and watch the juices weep out, the textures firm up. In Germany's drizzly domains, though, salt couldn't solo the show. It craved allies. Acid for bite, air for evaporation, earth for chill, each layer stacking like clues in a gripping mystery, leading us deeper into the art of outlasting the elements. Diving headfirst into the zesty core, fermentation, the bubbly alchemist turning humble produce into probiotic legends. Ah, feel that thrill. You're in a cozy medieval kitchen, wooden mallet in hand, pounding shredded cabbage with fistfuls of salt until it surrenders its briny essence. That's the lactic bacteria awakening, feasting on natural sugars, belching out acids that plummet the pH and slam the door on invaders. No stoves blazing, no gadgets whirring, just patient alchemy in crocks, gases bubbling like a witch's brew. Sauerkraut emerges as the undisputed champ, that tangy crunch born in Central Europe's damp fields. A vitamin C fortress against the scurvy scourge that plagued sailors and soldiers alike. Legend has it, German seafarers packed barrels for voyages, crediting the ferment for keeping crews hale on endless oceans. Even Captain James Cook loaded up on the stuff during his epic explorations, dodging disease like a pro. But let's get hands-on. Start with fresh cabbage, shred fine, toss with 2% salt, knead till juicy, pack it down in jars, submerge under its own brine, weigh with a clean stone or bag. Let it sit at room temp, 18 to 22 degrees Celsius, for 2 to 6 weeks, burping daily to vent those explosive gases. Too soon, and it's bland. Too long, overly sour, timing's the thrill. Was it always a win? Heck no, folklore spills tales of rogue batches turning slimy from wild contaminants, villagers tweaking with moon cycles or herb additions to nail it. One chilling account from the 30 Years' War. A besieged Bavarian town held out thanks to hidden sauerkraut caches, the fermented tang sustaining them through starvation sieges, emerging stronger while enemies withered. Flash to 2026. and fermentation's riding a massive wave. Gut health's the buzzword. These live cultures supercharge your microbiome, battling inflammation, boosting mood, even aiding weight management amid our processed food overload. Regenerative farms are killing it, rotating crops to rebuild soils, yielding cabbages tougher against pests, cutting chemical needs. Smart tech. Apps with Bluetooth pH probes track your brew in real time, alerting for tweaks, perfect for busy city folks. Urban co-ops pop up everywhere. Shared spaces where you ferment en masse, slashing food waste from market surpluses. Experiment beyond cabbage. Shred carrots with ginger for a spicy kick, or beets with cloves for earthy vibes. Add caraway seeds for that authentic German flair. It's zero energy, high impact, aligning with off-grid dreams as blackouts spike from wild weather. Now, crank up the tang with pickling vinegar's bold strike against rot. In the flood-prone Rhineland, where summer's steam and drying dreams drown, they flipped the script, submerged the threat in acid baths. Gurken, those iconic pickled cucumbers, lead the charge crisp, dill-infused spears that snap with flavor. Cram jars with fresh cukes, garlic cloves, mustard seeds, fresh dill. Boil a brine of equal vinegar and water, 5% salt, pour hot, seal, and let cool. No canning rig needed for quick versions. They hold weeks in a shady spot, acid dropping pH to microbial no man's land while tenderizing textures like a pro marinade. Echoes from history. Charlemagne's roaming armies pickled on the march, veggies lasting campaigns without turning, knights chowing post-battle on zesty onions, energies renewed. A 1600s flood saga. Rhine villagers bartered pickled beets for tools, their acidic stockpile a currency in chaos. Pitfalls? Weak brines bred botulism horrors, so recipes sharpened with precision. In 2026, pickling evolves infused with sauerkraut juice for probiotic hybrids, or essential oils like thyme for natural antimicrobial boosts. Chefs push boundaries, pickling cherries in sweet-sour mixes or plant-based alternatives like jackfruit for vegan twists. Circular economy shines. Reuse brines in dressings or soups, minimizing toss-outs amid supply squeezes from droughts. No power draw, just jars and ingenuity. Ideal for homesteaders prepping for grid failures. Shifting to the slow, satisfying drying, where sun or gentle heat evaporates water, shrinking produce into flavor-packed gems. Swabia's sunnier climes favored this. Slicing pears, apples, plums wafer thin, spreading under mesh to fend off bugs, or oven-drying low and slow. Hutzelbrot crowns it, dried fruits reborn in spiced loaves with nuts. A dense, chewy wonder lasting months wrapped tight. Hutzel nods to those wrinkly pears, a 1400s thrift symbol, sliced with cheese for rustic feasts. The drill, thin slices, dry at 50 to 60 Celsius for 8 to 12 hours till leathery, store in breathable bags. Blunders, sudden rains molding trays so indoor shifts save days. A mountaineer 1800s yarn. Lost in Alps, dried apricots in his pack fueled the trek. Concentrated sugars a energy lifeline. 2026 amps it with solar dehydrators, harnessing sun for off-grid efficiency, valorizing ugly farm rejects. Trends like edible coatings, chitosan from shrimp shells mixed with honey, mimic drying's barrier, extending fresh life naturally. Gen Z floods X with DIY herb dries, fusing with global spins like Mexican chili infusions. Earth's hidden haven. Root cellaring, burrowing into cool soil for nature's fridge. Potatoes, carrots in sand layers, apples crated, steady 0 to 10 Celsius, humid enough to prevent shrivel. World War II tales. Cellars sheltered families and food, emerging with intact stores amid ruins. Vent smart, sort ethylene emitters, lasts months energy-free. Now, buried pods with sensors monitor for peak freshness. Sweet bonus. Rumtopf, layering fruits in rum, sugar, strawberries start, plums end, maturing into boozy delight. Alcohol guards, flavors meld. Pulling back. 2020 SXS why now? Storms trash grids. Bills soar these hacks sidestep it all. Regenerative AG rebuilds Earth. Circular loops reuse everything. Health perks. Antioxidants in dries, microbiomes from ferments. Ex-hums with shares, African sundries meet German picks. Lab veggies get traditional tweaks. Necessity forged then. Choice empowers now flavor, earth, grit. Salt up, jar on safe measures dodge risks. These are future-proof. Prost, like comment faves sub. Stay bountiful.